Hey everybody, welcome back to Lulu University. This week we will be going over 6 tips to help you edit your own work, so stick around. Editing is one of the most important aspects of any self-published work or any work in general. So this is something that you're really going to want to invest in and spend some money to bring in a professional to help you get it to where your manuscript needs to be. But maybe you're not at that point yet, and to get you started, we've got 6 tips that are going to help you get on the right track. Number 1, so this one's really easy. Take a break. So you finished your book, congratulations, but now you need to take a step back from the work and look at it with fresh eyes, several days, several weeks, even several months later. And while you're waiting and while you're kind of taking that break, go ahead and create an outline or a summary of what you would hope to achieve with the finished book so that can kind of help guide you as you go back to edit. Step 2, let's trim some of that fat. You want to look at anything that doesn't advance the plot or help you reach that goal that you outlined in the time that you're taking a break. So look back at that summary we created in step 1, and then as you're going through your manuscript, if you notice any inconsistencies or anything that's not getting you to that goal, get it right out. Cut it out of there. No time for it. Just a friendly reminder, as you're going through your manuscript, those really good ideas or that great dialogue or that beautiful scene that you may have written in the beginning, maybe now it doesn't look so great. Maybe now it looks kind of weird or a little bit off. So don't be afraid to take it out and start over. All writers write bad lines. They just take them out before they publish. So just because you're seeing things that maybe aren't as great as you thought they were, it does not mean that you are a bad writer. It means you're a good writer because you notice it and you're going to take it out to make the book even better. Tip number 3, read it in a new format. So this may sound simple, but you probably typed your story or your manuscript on a laptop. So go ahead and print that sucker out and change the font, make it bigger, make it bolder, make the font size different so that you can look at it with new eyes and see a fresh perspective. So really physically changing the format, changing the font size, as I said, changing the font in itself is really going to help you kind of rewire your brain and see it in a different way and pick out those inconsistencies. Number 4, read your work out loud. So this is a great way to get an audience, even if it's just yourself. But when you read things silently, it's easier for your brain to gloss over mistakes or fix things so you may not notice them. But reading your work out loud in that large font that we just talked about is really going to help you pick out any inconsistencies or any problems or any weird wording that you may stumble over, which could cause problems for your reader. Number 5, be ruthless. No line should be safe in your manuscript. Nothing that you've written should be untouchable. And if you think that it is, then you are doing it wrong. So, obviously you don't have any enemies. None of us do. But if you did, what would they think when they were reading your manuscript? Look at it that way. So if the person who dislikes you the most was reading your work, they're going to be probably pretty mean about it. So try to embody that and look through it with really a refined eye to make sure that you're cutting out everything that isn't relevant or won't be interesting to your readers. Those are some tips on how to edit the content. But when we're looking at spelling and grammar and all those really fun things that we learned in school, there's some really great tools and resources that are available to help you with that. Grammarly is a great one, so we'll talk about this one first. This is one that we use very often in the office, but this is really good for spelling, grammar, and usage mistakes. So Grammarly acts as a coach, so as you're writing, it'll kind of note anything that's off or incorrect and guide you on how to fix it. Up next is Hemingway Editor. So this one's really nice because it goes a step beyond just your grammar and spelling, and it helps you with adverbs, passive voice, and just kind of weird phrases. So anything that it can notice or detect that may sound a little off or may be clunky or hard to get through, then the Hemingway Editor can really help you identify and fix those problems. Last up is Scrivener. This is something that you're probably familiar with. This is a wonderful tool that has a multitude of uses that can help you with your writing process. But the one that we're going to talk about today that's really interesting is the text statistics function. So sort of hard to say, very easy to use. So what it does is just analyzes your text and notices any words that are overused and can provide a report for you to take a look at that so you can make those changes. So those are 6 tips to help you edit and get on your way to making the most beautiful, perfect manuscript ever. If there's anything that we didn't mention here that you're doing to make sure that your editing is on point, leave it in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe because we will be back next week and we hope you are too.